Good evening, my friends. Brother John here. I would like to dedicate this video to my family.
Qué hermosa, qué bonita. Please support your local food bank, drug and alcohol center. So this is...
I'm going to tell you a little story. It happened, I believe, about 3 weeks ago. I was going to my regular prayer spot, and I saw an ambulance had gone over the barricade and was ministering to somebody. So I followed them down, and I found on the other side of the cliff a young girl with the paramedics and a boy there. Anyways, I helped strap down that girl on the spine board, and she was absolutely uncontrollably spasming. So I sing a lot, so I sang to her. And once we had her strapped into the spine board, I noticed that her mouth was covered like this. So I pulled back the hood, and I instantly realized that that young girl could have been my daughter. And I started weeping as the paramedics took the young girl away. And I stood on that cliff and I called out to God.
Spot, my prayer spot. So the paramedics were coming down here with their gurney. I was coming down here to pray. This is my old prayer spot. So let's go down there. That's it right there. Qué hermosa. That's Victoria. And the girl was over here. So I came down here, and you know, it's all grown in now, but right there, it's interesting because, or maybe it was, no, maybe it was here. Maybe it was here. It was right in this area. I was coming down, and I saw the ambulance, but I didn't know they were down here. I was just coming down to prayer. I was like, oh, there's an ambulance, because the ambulance way up on the road. But they had already brought down the gurney, and I came around the corner, and the girl, she had pooed her pants out of her mind, overdosed. You know, who knows what she had taken. Her boyfriend was there, and the paramedics were trying to hold her down. So right away I jumped in to help the paramedics. I couldn't strap her to the spine board. There's a dog. Hello. Hello, Mr. Dog. Anyways, I started singing to her. Just a little lullaby. And the paramedics were kind of looking at me like, who's this guy singing to this girl? But she calmed down right away, and she had this sweater over her face. She was having a hard time breathing. So I lifted the sweater off her face, and she looked just like my daughter, my baby daughter. And I never did find out what happened with her, but I helped. We were successfully strapped her down to the spine board, and the paramedics, of course, brought her back up to the hospital. I believe she made it, but that was 2018, a long time ago. And that was one of the first girls, or first people that I helped back into ministry, because in 2018, I transitioned into full-time ministry. 2017, of course, I got clean and sober, and then into 2018. You know, it seems like a lifetime ago now, and, you know, from saving people, you know, injecting them, it's called naloxone or Narcan, flagging down ambulances, and being in, I regard myself as a first responder because many times I'm the first one there. And that's what I do now, full time. I love working as street pastor. And who was I talking to? Just talking to somebody. Who was I talking to? I was just talking to somebody the other day. I said, I miss being a carpenter sometimes. And he said, Jesus was a carpenter. And I said, yes. And he said, you can always go back to construction. And I said, well, You know, it's a high calling working for God in the ministry. Great sacrifice, persecutions, trials, tribulations, difficult times, but great joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength. And I'm just warming up. I'm still training. You know, I'm training for the next thing God has for me. Opens up a door. And, you know, if I could leave you with a thought here at my beautiful prayer spot is that, you know, God is in control of his bride. And I believe that sometimes we always want things to happen in our time. I've been praying for years for, you know, the Lord to use me in a greater capacity. But I have found contentment one-on-one. But I'd love to see my ministry continue to grow. And for 5 years now, I've been preparing. So if you're preparing for something, if you feel the Lord has called you in a ministry or whatever you're doing, whatever that is, prepare yourself for the door. And some people will say, what are you training for? I work out. I'm going to work out today. So I'm working out and training, so I'm ready. You say, ready for what? I'm ready for whatever the Lord has for me. And that's a mindset I've had for, well, over the last 5-6 years. Constantly working out, training, studying the Bible, disciplined life. And if you believe God has something for you, train for that door to open. There's a door that'll open and you'll be ready. So be ready for when that door opens. And that's it. So I'm going to stay here and pray. Thanks for my friends who are supporting my ministry outreach. And we'll do another video soon. So may the Lord bless you. Keep you strong in the faith. And remember, Brother John loves you. I get to drink my coffee. Love you.